Hey, what's going on, everyone? I know it's been a while, but I want to try and get back to these new brew tutorials. So, if you guys have not ventured into a wormhole yet, I want to tell you the things to do and what not to do. In this video, there's a video about me just popping this praxis. This is what not to do. Now, when you enter a wormhole originally, you come in a explorer ship. No matter if it's a probe or a T2, buzzard, cheetah, whatever your flavor of explorer ship is. You come inside, first thing you do, you look for the stations inside the wormhole. If you don't know what the station looks like and don't come up on your overview, look in space and they are a blue square diamond shape. Right click and warp to it. Click on a station and there will be a number on the station. If there's a number there, that means that's how many pilots are in the station. And just for a rule of thumb, there is always assume that someone is watching you in a wormhole. And in this scenario, I was watching. I have a character on each wormhole in a system that I'm currently dwelling in, and a praxis came in and he went directly to a combat site. Now that is something you do not want to do until you have actually scanned the entire system, see what other wormholes are there, and seeing if it is safe to actually rat. If there is other wormholes in the system, I will always recommend do not do it. Leave, because someone will most likely drop on you. So what this pilot did, they did well. They bookmarked their exit, but I was already at their exit. So when they saw me on D-scan, they automatically picked up their MTU and started warping away. But I was waiting for them. Unlike HiSec and K-Space, NullSec, if you aggress someone, like on a jump gate, you cannot jump the gate. Wormholes don't care about that. As you see, I aggressed him, then he splashed a wormhole to leave. I jumped right behind him. And one thing about wormholes, if you splash in, then splash out and do it again, you will become polarized to where you cannot leave that wormhole for X amount of minutes. So, when you're engaging inside of a wormhole or doing things inside of a wormhole, you need to scan the rest of the signatures inside the wormhole, check the local Z kill for that wormhole, see how much activity there's been, if it's a consistent group that's there, the times that PvP is happening, the most recent PvP interaction, and the types of ships that has been blown up. It is a lot of work, but I guarantee if you miss any of these steps, you will not leave with your ship or with your valuable blue loot. So this is what this pilot has done. They came in, I saw them in the C2. The system that we're fighting in right now is a C2, which has a HiSec connection. So they most likely came out of the HiSec connection, scanned down to other wormholes, and then came inside the wormhole I was residing. But they did not warp to the station to see if anyone was home, because I had one character inside of the station. They would have seen that, but they did not warp to the station. This is the section I was talking about them going back inside the wormhole. We left the hole I was in originally, started fighting in the next hole next door. And now they came back to the original system. Now, as you could most likely see, when the screen pops back, it will be orange and it will say polarized. You're seeing it right about now. So see how it says wormhole polarized, 2 minutes 56 seconds. So that means I cannot go back through that wormhole until that timer is up. And that praxis has that same timer. So he is stuck inside this wormhole with me until he's able to exit. Since they did not scan any other wormhole in the system, they just went directly to a combat site. They can't go nowhere unless they warp away to a celestial or something along those lines. But a good rule of thumb is when you're in a wormhole, even if you are going to just YOLO a site, while you're in warp to that site, make 3, 4, 5 bookmarks along the way. And if you do see ships on scan, don't directly warp to your exit point, because a lot of times there might be a saber there with the bubble, or even a hick, or someone in a cloaky just like me to grab you. So you will always want to warp to a ping, make multiple pings, and always make them over 500 kilometers away, just in case they drop an anchorable bubble. You won't get caught in it. All else fails, if you warp to a ping, a safe point, you can always just log out in space and pop back in a couple hours, as long as they haven't closed the wormhole on you. So when you're in wormhole space, you need to double check all the signatures, check to see if there's someone at home inside the stations, check the local Z-kill to see how much activity there has been, and then after you see that everything is potentially safe, you could commence with your ratting and your PvE. Wormhole space is very lucrative, very lucrative. C3s and above, it is worth your time, but it takes a little bit more effort than nullsec. There is no local inside of wormholes. There's only local if someone types, and no one will type inside of a wormhole. So alright y'all, I hope this helps. Hope we could learn a lesson from this unfortunate pilot that did not do his due diligence in making sure that this wormhole was safe for him to rat in. Alright y'all, we'll catch you in the next one, and yeah, be safe out there. Fly safe, fly dangerous, fly fun. Just fly. If you're PvEing, go make your ISK.